Hello and welcome to the Incan Sun God Challenge Part 12. In this challenge we will actually come to war, as it has come to my attention that we will be able to enforce a peace between Spain and France. But first we must prepare a little bit in advance of this conflict. And how I'm preparing is actually setting up some infantry to take over and defending these colonial regions that I am currently working on. Of course, we have a explorer, and I kind of need my explorer to die to make room for more generals. So I'm going to send him down to Australia, and hopefully he finds some good stuff in the process. That would certainly be useful. And how do we enlist these guys? We don't have any East Asian trade ports, do we? Well, that's unfortunate. You know, I might go for that eventually. I'll give us 200 ducats, merchant, and global trade power. That'd be pretty nice. So we'll work on that later. But for the time being, we will go ahead and prepare for war with Spain and England. Of course, by fabricating more claims. In this case, I believe we'll do with Merida. And pretty soon, we will be able to move our armies up to the north. As soon as they have a unit to take their place. And I think they're almost ready. I'm going to send them along the border regions so that they can defend against both Spain and England. And I might need to hire some mercenaries as well. This is a consideration that I've definitely taken into account. There are, should I go with land limit modifiers or national manpower modifiers? Force limit might be more useful at the moment. I simply do not know. I would normally go for the discipline, but it's a bit expensive for my taste, and by a bit I mean absolutely insanely expensive. And our dutiful explorer is doing a fine job. We will be assigning, I believe, our heir to take over. He's pretty good. Not fantastic, but decent enough. Is our king okay? Our king is actually pretty good too, so we'll use our king as well. In addition to a general as soon as we get closer. As we already have an explorer and we don't want to go too far above our limit, which will be bad if that happens. Okay, so now it'll be time to enforce said peace as soon as we get our units up here. And I'll go ahead and hire a new general. Hopefully he's good. He's alright. 3 fire is not too bad. But as good as we're going to get at this point. And we're ready to enforce a peace. And it's actually not just Spain. I believe, let's see who is declaring war on them. It's Great Britain. So we are going to enforce peace upon Britain. And that has just been accomplished. So let's go ahead and start fabricating some, or start sending our men into these regions. Hopefully to capture some. Be nice to be able to get some westernized land. And I think I might actually do a little bit of a trick if I'm able to capture any provinces in this war. And by trick, I mean that there is a way of antagonizing religious unrest in a province if you have a province that is, of course, a different religion, in which case this will be Catholicism. And this will allow me to basically force convert most of my empire to Catholicism. That'd be very, very helpful. We've lost our explorer, but that's totally fine. It's going to plan. Can we send out a... Not quite to the Society Islands. What about East Hebrides? No. We really need to go to Tahiti, but I need to send out another explorer over there. Not now, of course, but in a little bit. It's fine. And in the interim, we will be increasing our relations with France and hoping that they will give us an alliance after this particular conflict. Who else is on our side? Bavaria, Cleves, Cologne, Muscovy, and the Hansa. Very nice. It's fine. And we might not get any actual provinces out of this conflict. I wouldn't be too surprised if that was the case. But of course, being able to reduce the morale, so to speak, of a colony is always a good thing. So we will do our darnest in attempting to take all of this land we can. And we'll go back to Alzabo to relieve our forces over there. We attack over a river here. We do not. Maybe we'll attack from there, or maybe we'll attack from up here. Doesn't really matter. We don't really care too much about Portugal. That's fine. Siege of Por is also over. Very nice. We're about ready to attack the New Grenadine forces that are on our land. And who is the better, the king or the general? Let's go with the general. I don't want my king to take too many casualties. They arrived on the 13th of September. We were live on the 21st of September. Very nice. And they've been thoroughly stopped, which is also very, very good. The first actual war we've won against a Western European power, which is really, really cool. And our navy actually took care of a new Spanish navy, which is also really nice. My goal is really to increase the liberty desire of New Granada. If I'm not actually able to take any provinces directly, that'd be very, very nice goal to have at this point. We've got another Spanish army trying to take control of this province, which is fine, considering we can smash them again. This time we will be using our reserve forces as our other forces repair themselves. Of course, they have a better general, but that's not a big deal, as we send our men in to attack. 13th December, I believe the 17th, that's perfect. Right, so we're going to continue the conflict. We should soundly defeat them, which we did. Really, really good. Now we're going to move in on a few more of their provinces. Take as much of these that we can. I'm really focusing on the east now and kind of disregarding the west, as you guys can see. And I'm keeping my supply lines relatively intact, as we are not, you know, attacking too far into their land. We're sending out yet another army to attack me. It looks like this time it's from New Spain. Some administrative power, that's fine. New Spain and New Granada. But we'll let them, that's fine. At the moment, we don't really need to make any effort in preventing this. Unless, of course, if they are able to rally up and join each other, that would be bad. But we're capturing quite a bit of provinces, so let's see if we can't ride out this good luck in the interim. Very, very nice. And, I really don't want them to take back Merida. I think I'm going to... Ooh, it's mountain. That's even worse, honestly. Let's just keep going east, shall we? The only problem is that now that all of their armies are able to group up, it seems. So we're actually going to get ready and taking back some of this land. Hopefully Coro and Barinas are very, very nice. So we can actually go and move in on Por. But first we will... I don't really want to attack over river. Okay, so here's the deal. We are about to attack Por. But first we need to send our men this way, and they'll arrive in August, that's fine. We are going to attack now with everything we've got. Hopefully crush that army. I believe we will at this point. Absolutely will do. Crushing New Spain. Very, very nice. And now it's time to work on these other particular provinces. Moving in on New Spain. Thank God we have a lot of manpower to work with here as we send our men in. 2 assaults. We're doing pretty well, actually. Not too bad by and by. Of course, they still have a technological leg on us, but that's to be expected. And I'd really like to be able to goad them out of this particular territory, but it might be too hard to do so. I really don't want them to capture any territory that we've already taken, but that might actually end up happening, which is okay. I mean, these things happen. It'd also be nice if I got some discipline to allow for accounting for me attacking up a mountain, so to speak. We'll be, of course, sending in our general at first, followed by our more royal retainers. Coming in now, that's fine. Let's kind of watch this conflict. So I know I'm attacking a mountain. It's never a good idea to attack a mountain, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't want them to take back any territory that I've claimed. I want it all for myself if I can. And let's go ahead and send them to the west this time, as I don't really want any of their units to be able to flank me once again. That was a bit annoying. Not really quite sure how far they can go. I don't think they can go very far at all, but we'll keep it here. And maybe we can hire some mercenaries as well. Might make sense to hire some mercs. Got plenty of money. A little bit of mercs. I mean, this will be like more of like a reinforcement group than anything else. Of course, we are well above our force limit at this point, but that's also okay. Sending in our mercs over here. Every time we hit Spain, they get back up again. And I think we're actually above them in tech. Or no, we're evenly matched, which is okay. It'd be really cool if we can go them into attacking. We can. Fantastic. Maybe I should allow them to attack, which will be on the 21st of April. They will be there on the 29th of April. Very cool. And I'll be able to soundly defeat them, I think, with any luck. It'll be close, actually. But I think I could pull through. It's just that now we're going to need to send more of our military up in that direction. Very nice. I did win, as I expected I would. They're arriving on Tunja on 11th of June. That's not very good. Our mercenary army might be taken out, unless I can get somewhere else before the 11th of June. I'll certainly try to. Nope. Looks like my mercs will be dealt with appropriately. Although maybe I can send in some reinforcements from here. I'll certainly try to. 20th of June. We're still going for it. I mean, these are mountains, or I should say hills. Let's regroup all of these men together. And you'll get there on the 30th of June. Very good. Very, very nice. So far this war is going okay. We're taking quite a bit of provinces, so that's always a good thing. I want to kind of allow this particular army to reform and kind of take as much territory as we can. Looks like Britain has just landed a naval unit there. Not good for us, but we can go ahead and quickly recapture that. They'll be there on the 9th of August and the 11th of August. Hopefully we get there in time to relieve them. This army belongs to Marcovelco, so we'll send him back. Look at that, they are attacking us in force. This is absolutely insane. Hopefully we have enough manpower to take care of this problem. Sending in the mercenaries, they will arrive on the 11th of September. Hopefully that's enough time. I think we'll be fine, as we destroyed the joint invasion. Where is Marcovelco? He is right here. You go back there. The mercenaries will go towards here. Yahuar, I believe, was the man in charge of this particular army. And we're going to regroup a little bit. It looks like we are now winning the war, which is fantastic news. Really, really good. Where's Chilo? Let's see if we can find that. we have a mission to get Chilo. And it's not too bad, but there's already a missionary going that direction, so we're not going to do that. Instead, we'll take it as if we are going to do it, and then pull back at the last second. That's fine. I might be sending more of these regiments up to the north. We need everybody we can get at this point. Even these 2 regiment units. And it looks like Spain is attacking from the east, but we can afford to allow them to do so. I really don't have the men to come in and prevent them from doing as such, so we'll allow them that opportunity. And do we have any war score, really? No, we don't. Especially not against Great Britain. But that's fine. Let's send a unit there. Take Cartagena. And start working on some of these other provinces over here. And I'm going to follow their army and see if I can't just destroy it. We're right there on the 27th, but I think we'll be attacking over a river. Not always very good, but New Granada does not have too much of a morale left in their army. So let's go ahead and do that. I really don't like to do this, though. Maybe I shouldn't. I can always back out now. I think I will back out, because this new Spanish army over here to the east is pretty big, pretty scary. I want to make sure that we're in a good position to back out if necessary. And loans might be a thing that's going to happen here pretty soon. I certainly hope not, but you never know. Misiones has been taken by the Spanish. But if we are able to even wipe peace in this war, it'll mean that we can snag France as a potential ally, which will be more than worth any downsides that we're facing now. I could probably raise war taxes as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Much less of a tax burden on me at the moment. And it would also be nice if we destroyed New Granada's forces here, but I might wait. When you cross the river here, you will. We can wait on that. Tunja's not too particularly important, which is nice. Of course, we are waiting for our men to reinforce, but we don't have a lot of manpower left, which is unfortunate. But these things happen, so that's alright. Ooh, look at that. That's terrible. Let's go with the stability. Not a problem. Colony of Nazca. Where is Nazca? Over here, we will, of course, make a corps out of Nazca and send in some more colonists. This time, we will send them up here, just so I don't have to run into any marauding Europeans. Most unfortunate. And our navy has been taken down a size, so we will allow it to rest, as New Spain has a bigger navy at the moment. Austria entered into an alliance, but I don't think they will enter into this particular conflict, which is good. How is the European theater going? Let's take a look. Spain has been completely wiped apart. I think most of their men are actually down here in South America, which is quite a bit hilarious. They won't be able to afford any of them pretty soon. That's my hope. Very, very nice. I'm really kind of hoping that that's the case. Of course, we will find out. Britain has a lot of their units down here too. Hopefully, France will be able to go into Britain itself, but I don't think that'll be a possibility, unfortunately. Where is Magua? Let's see. Magua. This is what they're fighting over at the moment. Maguana. Okay, well, Britain has control of it, at least tentatively. But we all know that that doesn't mean too much in the grand scheme of things. I am losing quite a bit of money, as you guys can see, but I think it's starting to even out a little bit. I think now we should focus on getting as many of these snatched as possible. Be very, very nice. if we can end New Granada right here, right now. If not, at least we gave it a shot. We have 2 more units here to send over here, which is good. And this war is going pretty well. I mean, honestly, there have been a lot worse wars in the past. It looks like we're starting to be taking casualties here to the east. It's to be expected. And it's not something we are not completely unequipped to deal with, but we're not really prepared. So, be that as it may, we have a horse and an infantry coming over here to reinforce. I think what I want to do is I want to send these guys over here to maintain the siege. And I've lost yet another particular province. That's okay. We'll send these guys up here to maintain the siege. Do that, please. And Spain really doesn't have many units left anymore, I don't think. Oh, well, so it appears that it is, actually, somehow, some way. As we swap off this particular unit. Oh, this might not be a good idea, actually, as Britain is now ready. But Britain doesn't really have that many units. It's mainly New Spain that we have to worry about. They'll get there on the 7th. These guys will get there on the 7th. Perhaps I should just keep these men here. Nah, that's no fun. Now we might want to move our men. 19th of September, we'll get there plenty of time. No worries whatsoever. Unless, of course, if they force march their way there, which they will. Their 2nd of September, time to move our men in to defense. I'm not sure if we'll be able to come out of this conflict alive. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. 10th of October. Ooh, scary, scary force just caught in. But we're also scary ourselves, as we added yet more men into the fray. Perhaps I should go with... No, that won't really help us directly, will it? This is a bad conflict for us, as we seem to have lost. Yes, we've lost, unfortunately. We're going to disband these units before they are taken out. But we still have quite a bit of provinces, at least taken in this particular deal, as I kind of maneuver my men out of the way. Trying to get them out alive, if I can. Really need to get them out of here. The faster the better. Now they're working on taking back control of these provinces that I fought so hard to attain control over in the first place. But that's once again to be expected. Our manpower is woefully low at this point. And Spain is just getting their ass kicked. I mean, look at Spain. They've been destroyed, really. Now France just needs to focus on Great Britain itself. If they can somehow figure that out, that'd be great. And if these colonies start declaring independence, that'd be even better. I might decide to white piece myself out of this conflict. Or, even better, let's go to the south, where we can destroy the Spanish armies here. I think I might have a chance at taking them out with these armies. I'm going to move you guys to the south. And we'll work on that area in particular. We'll also sending our men across New Granada. Perhaps there's not. It'd be cool if there was. More or less stuck in this area as we waddle our way across South America. Perhaps we can divert attention from our colonies by sending our men over here and then disbanding our unit at the last second. I don't want to lose any more of our manpower if we can avoid it, of course. And so far this ruse really seems to be working quite well. as we have many of their men moving in to attack. As soon as they get close enough, I will, of course, disband my army. And it seems like the Spanish have sent out all of their men over here, which kind of sucks for us, but we'll survive. Even if they take a little bit of our territory. Of course, let's keep our eyes up here and wait for those damn Europeans to get closer. France has accepted Brunswick. Is Brunswick on their side or our side? I don't even know. Let's see if we can find it. Brunswick. I believe they have to give money to France now. Okay. Very nice. Hopefully France will white peace them actually, because it doesn't seem like we're winning this conflict at the moment. And of course we're going to keep our eye out on Suriname. And we've got like a few days before we can disband our men. And it's like we were never even there in the first place. But they had to waste their time in getting over there, which is fantastic. As we waddle our way across South America. And rebel factions seem to be popping up now, but I think they're mainly in our occupied territories. The Weeping Song. Let's go with gaining manpower. We can always reduce our war exhaustion by using diplomatic points that we don't really need in the first place. Spanish war exhaustion should be pretty high at this point. Let's go ahead and take a look. In our ledger, military armies, does this show us? It does not. There is one way of checking. I just don't exactly remember how. Maybe national armies, no. Army regiments, no. Let's go back to, I believe, maybe it's in the national overview. There's one way of checking. I know that there is. Best rulers, no. Overall, okay. Colonies, possible colonies, province overviews, religions, blah blah blah. Score comparison. Maybe there's. Okay, yeah. Here we go. War exhaustion. Let's go down to Spain. Spain has a war exhaustion of 10, which is really terrible. And what's their money sitting at? Their money is, they still have an income, which is quite surprising actually, considering they don't have any of their home provinces available to them. But we'll figure it out. Now that Spain has their men kind of lumped up in these different groups, we might be able to strike individually, which might certainly help while we wait to upgrade our army. Look at this, they're just splitting their men up very stupidly, I might say. I must say. Let's wait for them to do so while we gain more and more men ourselves. And we have another colony that is self-sustaining, very nice. Time to core it and work on the next one, which is going to be up here. Once again, further away from the violence that is so endemic to this region. Now all of our gains in the north are unfortunately being taken, but that's to be expected. Luckily, New Granada has their independence rating of going up, as does, I think, most of these Spanish colonies. Really, really cool. We'll be able to support its independence once we get a white peace. Really, really awesome. Even makes up for all of the bad stuff that's been going on in this particular run. San Juan, we can recall you, that's fine, and send out one up here. And now that all of these guys are kind of separated, go ahead and work on kind of taking them out. We're going to send our men down, I believe, south. Not that way. But, oh no, let's just go over here, that's fine. We've lost another siege, that's okay. It's to be expected. And let's make sure that we have the best rulers available over here. Of course, if we can avoid having our king assigned, that would be nice, but not completely unnecessary. Let's see if we can squash these guys The faster we can, the better. We're going to need more troops, though. Looks like this is a mountainous terrain. That's not good at all. But let's go ahead and sneak around to the dry lands. I mean, if we can do that, that's really, really good. I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about here in a second. As we move south. Another colony is self-sustained. Very cool. Which we will core and recall here. And send out yet more men. Very, very nice. And I'm going to get the Spanish in their weak spot, which is the lowland group that they are colonizing over here. Drylands, I should say, not even lowlands. And we should be able to pull them out of this particular region with any luck. Of course, if we act a little bit faster, we'll get them before they take over all of this territory. They'll get there on the 21st. We will get there later, but it's worth it. Let's do that. Now let's hire some mercenaries for good measure. I'm not sure if we're going to win this particular conflict. Oh, they have a really good general. Second thought, let's go ahead and pull back. That general is going to cause problems for us, without a doubt. We have a peace deal with Great Britain. Should I accept it though? I mean, I really don't want to get a separate peace malice with France, but I don't want to really lose anything either. I think France might... This might be the best deal that we'll get. Let's go for it. I mean, we were able to really reduce New Granada's liberty desire. I should say raise New Granada's liberty desire to a point where I believe that they'll be fucked in the future. So I'm going to accept this. It's just war reparations. It's not that bad. Let's accept it. So now we have 2 armies, really. And gaining our manpower back, which is good. Sorry, France. I hope you understand later on why we had to do that. Of course, they're probably not going to accept our alliance. Unfortunately, we need a bigger army strength for them to take us seriously. Which is alright, we can do that. We have 5 colonies up, which is really, really good. Unfortunately, we had to force peace out of that, but that's, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Like I said, New Granada now has a very high liberty desire, which is really good news. And New Spain also is slowly climbing that way itself. We will fabricate a little bit more claims on them while we wait for them inevitable independence to take place. That would have helped a little bit earlier. But now we get access to even more units, and we're actually on parity with the Western Europeans now, which is really cool. I believe the best course of action would be mercantilism, as usual. And let's go ahead and send out yet again to Lima. If we make anything here, we will not really... Okay, whatever, doesn't really matter. I think I might send out some more naval units, to increase France's likeness of me. Although, of course, by doing a separate priest, I really don't think they will like me too much. But it never hurts to try. Yeah, let's increase our naval strength. Then why not? Why don't we do that? More caravels, please. We're just gonna get 8 more, I think. That should make our fleet somewhat decent. And our cores are going off, which is also really good. As we begin to colonize the interior of our country, now that it's protected from those pesky Europeans. Really good news, as Incan hegemony is increasing across the land. Portuguese Brazil has a very high liberty desire as well, which is good. And we're still at war. Oh no, we're not at war anymore. We have gotten out of war, it seems. Or at least Spain has pieced out of the conflict, with France taking a bit of territory in the peace treaty. Luckily, I still have truces with Spain. But the Liberty Desire of New Granada shot downwards, which is not exactly what I was looking for. I can't really pretend to tell you guys exactly how Independence Desire works. I can only hope that New Granada itself has an increased Liberty Desire, and the next conflict will be a little bit more prepared, I think. Seeing as how that last conflict went pretty well, all considering. If I stayed in the conflict, I'm not quite sure how it would have turned out. Perhaps I would have gotten some provinces, perhaps I would have lost a few provinces. I really don't know what the terms were. But all I know is that by doing peace, we've been able to retain our provinces, which is really good. And send out all these ships to trade in Lima. Cool, cool, cool. And how much naval... We have a lot of naval force in it. Why don't we add a little bit more ships to that particular group? That way in the future we won't actually have to defend said ship. Should be pretty cool. And I might actually make some trade buildings as well as we work on our colonies. It looks like we don't have all of our colonists up, so let's go ahead and send one to Erica. Kind of get this colony off the ground. Our manpower needs to... That's fine. Let's go ahead and do that. And Erica should be finished relatively soon. Hopefully. We're going to, of course, fabricate more provinces on New Granada, as many as we can. And Erica has been completed. Let's go over here and make a core. And I think I'm going to start making cores up here as well, starting with the highest based tax provinces, in which case it would be Papayan. So let's go ahead and send a guy up there, Papayan. And pretty soon I'll be able to send more and more units to trade, which is really, really good. Lima. As we work on coring these provinces. And, of course, taking up. Pretty soon we should be at parity, not just military, but in other ways. Would be very, very useful. And perhaps I should work on some more naval units as well, if it will get France to ally me. Yet more traders, which is really, really good. Which will go to Lima. And let's see what the diplomatic situation is for France. They're still at war, but with a different particular set of people. Still won't accept my allied request, most unfortunately. Madre de Dios, that's good. Now we don't have any more use for that particular general, so we will instead hire I guess a conquistador, and instead, who will ride for the ride of his life. Send him out here to explore this. I know that sometimes explorers are a little bit less useful than, let's say, conquistadors, who are always able to explore by virtue of the fact that they're landing on it. And we might be able to afford another colony, which would definitely be useful. Yeah, we definitely going to want to send out a unit there pretty soon. Just not yet. It'll be definitely our next territory to hit up, so to speak. So we'll take you back to our home region. and perhaps even work on some idea groups now. We are catching up a little bit. Good news. And I want that production increase with increased drainage, so we will wait for the next opportunity to do so. And fabricate more claims as they expire. Brazil is still really upset with Portugal, quite understandably. Although the Spanish colonial holdings are a little bit less willing to declare independence for whatever reason. Hopefully in the future this changes. But now I believe is a good time to end this particular challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today. Really kind of a fun thing that we did today. Before we do, my OCD is getting the better of me here. Oh wait, no, sorry. Let's go and regroup them. It's just the mercenaries actually that are eating up our money. So once again, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.